Freaky Friday again, guys. Welcome back. So, we're on day 21. We're almost done with our little vacation here at Sobrosa. So, we only have a few more days left. So, let's see what happens. We swing by the Queen Bee, but it appears to be closed. There's a sign that says Gone Fishing in one rather smarry font, and another one says No BRB in 15 minutes. Then appears to be a few customers outside rather than annoyed. They seem to be can't that they are There's quite a few customers outside, rather annoyed that they can't get their morning coffee. What do? Give a motivational speech. Summoning up your inner fire, you give the waiting customers a rousing, almost Shakespearean speech on the virtues of patience. By the end of it, many of them are cheering and applauding. An old man weeps a tear from his eye in pride. Feeling like you made a difference in the world, you continue on with the rest of your day. Okay. Now I can get one, I hope.
So I thought I could do it, and I was very wrong. Those poor chickens.
Alright, let's go to the bakery. Talking about the bakery, you see it's packed as usual. There's a line of people outside the door waiting to get their sugar fix. However, as you get closer and you look in and see that the line doesn't continue inside, in fact, the store looks empty. When you peer into the glass, you discover why. Detective Fumi is there. She's at the counter talking to Bonneville, and you wonder briefly if it's about something serious. That's when you spot a box of donuts in Bonneville's hand and decide it's likely a casual conversation. Decide to enter.
And so I said to him, hands behind your back or I'm going to club you.
Darling, that might just be the worst pun I have ever heard in my life.
Isn't it? I was, in all practical terms, completely disgusted with myself. But unfortunately, the suspect started complying immediately, and I didn't have time to follow up with an even better pun.
Oh, well, look what the cat dragged in, but somehow managed to keep looking fine.
Oh, hello, citizen. It's good to see you.
Speaking of donuts,
Indeed, conforming to stereotypes helps lull my adversaries into a false sense of security. Plus, Bonnabelle's donuts remind me why I got into police work in the first place.
what?
It's hard disliking every human being around you with a mouthful of eclair.
Oh my, I hope that wasn't a double entendre.
I'm glad you're here, though, citizen. Bonnabelle and I were speaking about you earlier. We both agree that you have a talent for persuasion. The only thing we couldn't agree on was how much so.
That's not really what I said, sugar. I was just saying that I enjoy listening to them talk.
Precisely. I enjoy listening to exactly no people talk. But you appear to be the exception. So I pose a challenge to you.
Fumi takes a box of donuts from Bonneville.
Convince me to give you my favorite donut. I am speaking, of course, of the mighty eclair. You have 12 seconds.
Oh dear, I hope this is not a repeat of that time with the high school football coach, Officer Fume.
What?
9 seconds.
Oh my, I am not entirely sure how you made that sound so charming.
Must
50!
resist
Hmm?
for the eclairs.
Fumi shrank a few seconds, but then breathed out of a sigh of frustration.
Very well.
We got the
Here is your
donuts.
prize.
Can't do it in Eclair and it tastes like victory.
All right, I must depart. Miss Valentine, always a pleasure. Citizen, I'll see you later.
Fumi leaves and Bonneville shakes her head and laughs.
Speaking of donuts, I swear that one is a few short of a baker's dozen. But she's good people, I think. Oh, anyway, darling, I gotta tend to the rush outside, caused by Miss Fumi's rather ominous presence. Y'all have a great day. Take care, sugar.
Get outside and a crowd of relieved customers starts flowing into the bakery immediately. You hit the road with one or two people thanking you for driving away the popo. There's nothing. The hints? Walking While walking through your town, you pass by a set of shops you clearly checked in, but notice something you don't recall seeing. A fortune teller's tent appears to be set up in one of the alleyways. You see a symbols of signs and of a mystic origin as crystal ball. You also see a sign that says back in 11 seconds. Since you're trying to decide if the sign is a joke, besides because the time is too short to be in any use, someone taps you gently on the shoulder.
Beg your pardon? Just sneaking by.
Turn and see a handsome man dressed in a wizard's robe. He's holding a latte and smiling sheepishly. You're standing in his way. You move, he chooses coffee and at you a nod.
Thanks, friend.
Man spends a moment moving things around his tent. Loose change goes there, latte goes there. Then he sits, stretches his arms, and gestures you to sit down across from him.
Well then, have a seat. I'm sure you have questions.
Are you real?
More or less. I mean, please don't ask me for lotto numbers or who wins the World Series in 2024 or anything.
Man leans forward and whispers.
Go Giants. In any case, I was expecting you, but I also was really jonesing for a latte, hence the sign. My name is Will, by the way, but you can call me Mystic if you prefer. I used to call this little business Where There's a Will, but it didn't really bring in the tourism dollars. So I changed it to Mystic's Mystical Fortune Telling, and things are a lot more lucrative now. No one wants their palm read by Will. Everyone wants it read by a guy in a robe named Mystic. But I digress. We should carry on. You're going to be given your first choice to leave now, so I want to make a good impression. I don't get many chances to work with people on a quest.
Take a seat.
I thought you might stay. I won't keep you in suspense, I promise. So I wound up in Sub Rosa rather serendipitously. Unlike most of the locals here, I'm what you might call an outsider. My journey here was kick-started by an act of generosity. And when I arrived, I was commanded only be helpful. So now, I do this. I peek behind the curtain, look at the machines running underneath the world. And I can tell you a few things that may lead you to the destination you seek.
So you know who sent me?
Oh yes. Those two tried to pull me into the game a few times, but luckily, I usually manage to distract them with a charming smile. Here's the point. You're trying to learn secrets, correct? Well, I can set you in the right direction. For a reasonable fee.
What's your problem with silver?
Actually, I take all major credit cards. Except American Express. Their service fees are atrocious. The more I do it, the harder it is, and the more expensive it gets. And I'm holding a sale for the next 30 seconds. First reading is free. What do you say? Would you like me to tell you your future?
Sure.
A wise choice, my friend. All right, let's just get into the right headspace.
Mystic waves his hand over the crystal ball in dramatic fashion. He gets a thoughtful look, grabs his latte and takes a sip, and he continues more dramatic waving. Just as you growing concerned that maybe Mystic might not totally be legit, suddenly his crystal ball begins to glow soon after his eyes do as well. He raises his hand and speaks in a deep and commanding timbre.
Mio's first secret is no pain in the neck. She'll tell the first soul that's savvy in tech.
Mystic suddenly goes limp. The crystal ball stops glowing. Mystic reaches towards you weakly, his hand shuddering, but turns it towards his latte and picks it up. He takes a sip.
And there you go.
What the heck was that?
That, my dear friend, is what we call a hint. A darn good one, too, if I do say so myself. Do you know Mio? Sounds like she's impressed with tech-savvy partners.
I think we're a little behind on these tips.
Should be enough to go on for a sharp adventurer like yourself. All right, good luck. I can only do that once a day, so don't bother trying to double dip. Best of luck on your quest. I hope to see you again. Cheers.
You leave the alley and continue down the street, unsure what to think of the mysterious fortune teller. Well, but we know what's gonna happen, so we need to reverse time. Let me check something. Okay, well, this is not great. This is, we need to go back to Friday the 19th, so we need to go here. Oh, wait. Yeah, we have to go back a little bit in time, so, and go on that date with Cassie so she doesn't die. So, we're back. Alright, guys. A bit of grinding later. We're back here. So, we need to speak to Cassie, do her date, and then go back to where we were. On the 22nd, we're on the 19th, so let's just do this date real quick. Excuse me. You're at the restaurant early. A valet comes to park your car. He hands you a delightful fob for retrieving it. When you walk inside, the Marte D notices respectfully and asks your name. After searching through the reservations, he tells you to please follow him. He asks if you like wine delivered immediately to your table while you wait for your guests. Order water. You bought the fancy wine at dinner. The Martini tells you it'll be delivered at once, and he leaves. No sooner you sit down than you see Cassie bring an escort to your table by the Martini as he races to meet her. She smiles a small and brave smile.
Hello, good evening, and all that.
You take her hand, kiss her on the cheek, and lean her to her seat. It's only after you're both sitting there that her smile quickly breaks into an urgent glare.
Oh my god. Did you see the fountain on the way in here? It was bigger than my apartment. And the water looked cleaner too. I've never even stepped foot in this place. I couldn't get a job here bussing tables. The food must be hella expensive.
That's the idea.
You wanna impress me by demonstrating clearly that you have no common sense or fiscal responsibility? Let's be super clear here. You're getting the bill.
Maybe you should have not paid that much.
Make it worth your while later.
That arrives and delivers you a bottle of Filtre Montserrat, vintage 2003, a white wine from France.
Look at this. Fancy table side service for wine. I'm more used to slapping my hand on a bar for service.
The sommelier pops the cork and allows you to test the wine. After you confirm the quality, he pours Cassie's glass first, then yours without losing a drop. The sommelier bows and leaves. Cassie picks up the bottle and inspects the label.
Alright, let me check the label. Filtre Montrachet. And then a whole bunch of fancy French writing. Oh, a bottle of French wine. I'm usually more Prosecco kind of girl, since it's my belief the Italians do everything better than the French. What does the wine list say about it? Huh? Oh my god, this wine is $4,000! What? Did you know that when you ordered it? Why did you get this?
Hoping to get you drunk.
Jeez, Lou, I'm shaking here. Did you really just order me a $4,000 wine? I'm speechless. Thank you. There were much cheaper options if you wanted to get me drunk. I'm a cheap date. Don't blame me later when you get the credit card bill. Oh, hey, I've got an idea. Let's both order the most expensive thing on the menu. Then, when we're almost finished, we cause a scene. That way, we can have the nicest food, but still show up these stiff shirts and their overpriced napkins. Well, what do you say?
Sure, whatever.
I mean, don't you think it'll really chap their butts? Well, okay, whatever. I just thought it might be fun to cause a little trouble and get some free food out of it, too.
When I returned, it explained that the full course meal is a grilled yellowtail served with a pont neuf and a caper aioli.
I don't suppose you have any fancy cheeseburgers on the menu tonight? Maybe with some of that caper aioli?
There's a pause and the waiters momentarily caught off guard with a question.
Oh god, I'm just joking, you two. The blow ties cut off circulation to the humor parts of your brains.
The waiter chuckles politely, finish taking your order and
Why
departs.
is everyone so uptight in here?
You want to go somewhere else?
No, I like to kid around a bit, you know? Feel a little out of place. Like everyone thinks they're better than me or something. Never mind. I can literally hear how paranoid that sounds. I'll just try to cool my jets a bit. Hey, so, I've been thinking about you a lot recently. Actually, I've been thinking about you ever since you know. You
Committed a
touched
crime?
me with your fingers and made me scream your name.
Can't skip leg day, can't skip fine motor day.
Whatever days you are or aren't skipping, please continue to do so. I've got a few tricks of my own I'd like to show you sometime. When you're feeling adventurous.
Just then, one of the wait staff is walking by a tray of hors d'oeuvres. It looks like they're heading toward a banquet in one of the private halls. Cassie's eyes lit up, and then the waiter walks by. She quickly reaches up behind him and takes one. She smiles mischievously at you, but when the waiter did not see her, several of the other guests gave her dirty looks.
Yoink! You gotta be quicker than that to escape my claws.
You didn't get me one?
Nope, you snooze, you lose.
I'm trying to be nice. Look what's happening. Cassie goes to eat this, but notices the other patrons around her glaring. For a moment, she looks like she's gonna get angry, but her cheeks flush, and it's obvious she's embarrassed. She puts down that, and in several minutes she doesn't say anything. After a long silence, Cassie finally blurts out of her frustration and embarrassment, fighting back tears.
Should have known this dinner was a mistake. None of this shit is for me. Sing around.
Cassie overturns her glass, spilling her drink on the table. The momentary chaos as the other guests gasp and waitstaff runs over with towels. You watch Cassie run out of the front door, and even though she barks at the Martine D to leave her alone, you can tell she's crying. Martine D says that you'll comp your meal if you like to leave. You decide to take them up on that offer. What? When you leave the restaurant, there's no sign of Cassie. She's gone? Did I do something wrong? Whatever. Hopefully nothing bad happens. Or at least she won't die. I don't know why that happened. We just carry on, so let me go back to where we were. Oh wait, hold on. I already went with her, so let me go back to where we were again. So we are back.
You've got big. A girl was found crushed beneath an absurd amount of items she was shopping for. She was in the middle of texting you for help. Explain. No one likes.
Guys, I was speedrunning again. I'm doing it, and Cassie died somehow. I don't know why. I don't know what. So we're gonna redo the date. I'm guessing it's because she felt offended because I don't know. So we're just gonna buy the cheaper option this time and see if what will happen. I don't know why she died, so we're just gonna roll with it. So we're gonna skip a couple of this.
Good evening and all that.
I'll let you know if anything interesting happens.
Cheers.
So she ended up not liking the other one, so the only the good option I'm assuming was just to get water. So that's what we're gonna do.
Okay, I've got an idea. Let's put.
No clue. No clue. Hold on, we'll be right back.
You've got big. A girl was found crushed beneath an absurd. I'm sorry you.
This might be the biggest fail yet on this series. I don't know what's going on. I keep retrying a bunch of different things. So what's going to end up happening? I have to go talk to someone, the person who introduced me to this game. So this is gonna be the biggest hush hush fail video ever. But I don't know. I just kept retrying every single option and nothing was working. So I'll have to get back to you guys next week. And yeah, I'm sorry. I'll see you guys later.